Hello, everyone, and welcome to part two. I love that you joined us. This is powerful, and welcome to the work. And let's move into part two. Let's look at four. In that situation in bed, your thoughts.
Number 4, I need them to stick to legal guidelines, protocols, and not deviate from the rules, and to not act like they didn't break them.
Okay, so they do that. They're in a hurry. They've got backup patients waiting. They've got children that are sick at home in bed with poor supervision. They've got no idea. To be happy, you need physicians to stick to the legal guidelines, protocols, and not deviate from them. Gosh, that's asking a lot. They can set all those protocols, but some physicians cheat on their tests. Some physicians just don't have the capacity or the heart to withstand such a grueling lifestyle as boy. I have a doctor that removed. I had a thing that was growing, and it was dark, and it started, flaking. I thought, get it checked. So I went to the doctor. I'm telling you, Arnie looked like he was like maybe 90, and he just barely walks in, and he looks at it and says, oh yeah, we need to remove that. And Stephen's sitting there watching this as well. And so he gets this knife thing, this blade, razor blade looking thing with a handle, and he starts removing it. And then he gets this thing that burns. It's more than heat. He's burning, and I can smell the flesh. He's burning it. And then back with the blade again, and I'm mesmerized, and I can smell the flesh. And I can't see it, and when he walked into the room, he's so old and decrepit looking, and he's not that happy looking. And in my head, I'm hearing, run, run, Byron. I didn't. I was fascinated, and I'm aware that as he's cutting and burning, that pain is either remembered or anticipated. And so I was able to witness him, and his expression never changed from the time he walked in to, it didn't get kind and how he just, what's your problem? Well, that's up to you. Look at this. But he, and then when he was doing it, no change of attitude or facial. And then afterward, he does what he does, no change of attitude. It was just, and I'm thinking, this man loves what he's doing.
Yeah.
He loves treating people, healing people. It's like he should have retired years ago, and here he is. He's here for me. It was just, I was so grateful, and I found it humorous. I found him, I saw him as dedicated, focused. He knew when to burn and when to cut and when to cut. I mean, the guy, and I'm still wearing this big bandage. It was like 2 weeks ago. And this bandage, I could have written this worksheet on him. He can't be trusted. He's not qualified. He was playing with my psychology. There's no way out. These things can run in us, but I love this work. This is everyone's work. And we can do the work on mother, father, sister, brother, and have the privilege of having a present life. It doesn't have to be, those of you looking for something major to write about, not this little thing that's nothing. I need something major. No, those little things will wake you up to the big things. So start with the most minor things where you can sit in this work and learn to ride the bicycle. In other words, learn to sit in these 4 questions and turn around. Start with something. I just leave all of that to you. I'm just loving your work today, Aaron, and being our teacher today. So you need them to be happy. Number 4 is about happiness. To be happy, you need doctors like that. You need them to stick to the legal guidelines and protocols. Is it true?
No, doctors like that won't.
No. And no one stopped this guy forever because it turns out he was really good at what he did.
Yeah. I could see how this doctor was with the trainee GP people, and it was this one interaction was a little unpleasant, and I felt for the training GP. So when I handled things, I did it really diplomatically. Actually, I never put any blame on anyone because I thought there's something going on here. But at least if I say something, then we can just sort of be aware of how you're writing things in notes. But I didn't even ask to change them.
Oh, honey. So you were, if I'm hearing you correctly, you were.
I handled it.
Yeah. And it was,
I just did. All I said was, it's just not where I am right now, but it's okay. If it's in the notes, it's not where I am right now in my life. But I just pointed out what the other trainee GP had done that was a little excessive, but she was almost asking in desperation for a bit of help from the patient. Her consultation went.
Oh my gosh. So you did all that to you.
I did what?
What you just described. I did this and I did this and then your focus was on helping her help the trainee and look back at what you were. Oh, sweetie, that is so like you. And
I did take care of it. I didn't want anyone. I could see what was happening a little bit, even if I couldn't fill in the bits. And then I just left it.
You were seeking love, approval, and appreciation, like becoming maybe not that, but becoming the teacher for the trainee, supporting the doctor. And she's writing it all down. Is that?
Yeah. She just sort of said, oh, great. It's usually people fly off the handle about these things, but if we can take this as feedback, that's really helpful for us. And so she started with this, and then it just sort of turned.
So she used you to help her train.
Yeah.
And your mind was a yes.
Yeah. I just end up thinking that that's the most that I can expect with any of the kind of gifts or things that I have.
Yeah. So if that's on my record, then I need to let physicians know that there was a trainee there, and it affected the way she could hear me. She was focused on the trainee, I would say, more than she was on me. And you'll find your own words, your own way, and you don't have to do that. But if you feel better about it, you can, and you can do it non-defensively, but just as, this is my experience. And you might decide not to do that because it just messes with the way they hear your psychology again.
Exactly.
And just stick with what you went to the doctor for. And
just what I raised, and then left that practice, and then left it there. So whatever psychology was there can just stay there, but I can move
it's
on.
where it belongs because it misrepresents yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to be happy, you need them to stick to the legal guidelines and protocols. Is it true? And not deviate.
No, they did.
Yeah, so and not only that, they're human beings.
Yeah.
And she was training, and her focus was at least split.
Yeah.
And you supported her in it.
Yeah.
And then you pay for the privilege.
I can't, it's just that place where I would know to not to do that. To prioritize.
Yeah, to prioritize the trainee. And to what? Show the doctor how supportive you can be? Like,
no, I just, I didn't, there was no thinking. That's just what I did.
No, you were just automatically supporting her to support the trainee. That's like you. It's kind, it's helpful. It's just that that's not what you paid for. And notice, Aaron, honey, notice that pattern in your life.
Yeah, there's very little sort of receiving, or there's something here. There's something around
there is. You sacrifice yourself to serve other people that may not need to be served. Look at that pattern in your life. And then no one thanks you. And it misrepresents you. Sometimes.
You don't know when it's serving and when it's not, though.
It could be as I look at this with you, what your worksheet is showing me is I understand why she would. She was focused on a training and go on with your life.
Yeah.
That's on her, not you. And she was in train this person and take care of her patient and who knows what else that she's operating in her life. So to be happy, I need me to, and read number 4.
You need me to stick to the guidelines, to the protocols, and not deviate from the rules.
Yeah, and your guidelines and protocol is to own when you walk into a physician's office and you're with the physician, if you have, I just leave it to you. To be happy, I need to stick to the legal guidelines.
What were you going to say, Katie?
That you were supporting her to support the trainee that she was doing as she was examining you.
She wasn't examining me. It was about this interaction with the trainee. So it was about that. but I just didn't get angry about it.
Okay. Okay.
But
So was this part of your medical school?
no, it's just a GP practice. I walked into one session. I'd had a difficult circumstance, bawled my eyes out crying, and just for the first time mentioned that I had what I'd gone through in life a little bit. Had this difficult background. Maybe there was what people might call narcissistic abuse or malignant narcissistic abuse. I just found words coming out, and it just was like a somatic release. And the next thing I know, he's written it, but he's written it when I was saying things about what I've gone through and what's actually been.
So he
misrepresented it. And then the second GP, she was checking something, and she ended up going really overboard about needing to get me to into a therapy situation because they need to keep me safe. And I was like, it's a no for me because I feel fine, but thank you. And she wouldn't let me out the room, this trainee GP. And I said, I'm safe, I promise you. Thanks for checking the physical. Everything is fine. I'm glad to hear it. I was getting a blood test result as well. She just brought this other thing up. I saw it was written in my notes. And I said, look, that was a bit of a shock to me. And I wanted to leave the room, and this trainee wouldn't let me. So I had to say I'm going to leave. I'm just a little unsure how you're writing the notes or what you're hearing. That's my question mark. But I appreciate the physical exam. That was helpful. The chemistry is not right here today. So I'm just going to leave now. And she had said, I'm sorry that I made you feel that way. I said, thank you, and left. The person that I brought that to was a partner in the practice, just to say that I had a query over the notes, and the way this trainee GP was a little excessive. And I ended up having this experience where this partner said these things like, if you bring this up or take it further, she could say there's something wrong with me. But when I checked it all out, actually there's another person.
And whoever said that was right about it. They were right. You can't win, Aaron, but you can find peace in yourself.
They're right that they could say they could say something about me if I bring it up. Yeah. It's sort of like locked in. But I definitely did raise it.
You did your best.
Yeah.
You did your best. And they weren't going there.
They weren't at all. And when I looked at it, actually they had crossed a very kind of legal line. They crossed a principle.
Yeah.
So
they do that. Sometimes they do that when they really care. And sometimes they just do it because they want to be right. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they do it because, I'm not sure, but just in case, I better write this.
Yeah.
You just don't know. You just don't know, other than there it is. And what do you need to be happy? You need them to stick to the legal guidelines and protocols. They did. Their own.
Yeah.
That's how she surmised it.
Yeah.
That was her experience.
Yeah.
So they need to be happy. For you to be happy now, knowing that, is it true to be happy? You need them to stick to the legal guidelines and protocols.
No. It would be hell for me. It would just go down such an extreme rabbit hole of issues. It would create mental health issues.
As you lay in bed, unable to get up. Imagine that.
I was able to get up. It was more this heart-rending kind of experience.
So you have that thing in your chest going on.
Yeah. And that's like got all my attention.
And
It's all right
you've
here.
got the cause. You've
Yeah.
got the cause. You're believing that to be happy, you need them to stick to the legal guidelines. And you're also believing no one will believe you. No one will trust you.
Yes.
Honey,
And I'm still also taking care of them, even though I
that's,
know
yeah,
something's not right.
yeah. And that is like a thing in your life, taking care of people that don't need taken care of. She was doing fine. She was writing down the way she experienced it.
So I
That
shouldn't have
doesn't
said
mean it's
anything.
you. That's how she experienced it. So to be happy in that situation, I need me.
To stick to the legal guidelines and protocols
And not deviate.
from the rules.
Yeah. So give me an example of how that might happen in your life as a practice. To be happy, I need me to stick to my legal guidelines. And those are the ones, the sane ones, the sane guidelines, like legal within you. You've got an honor system running in you. Some of it is legal, that is for your heart. Some of it is illegal if happiness is your, and peace of mind is your thing. Some of them are illegal when we look at it that way. To be happy, I need me to stick to the legal guidelines and protocols. Legal guidelines that you can't force them to change it. In any court in the land.
I'm not even looking for them to change it. It's more kind of to
Well, no, you're in
what it
bed.
is.
You're in bed.
Yeah.
They're not going to, they're not going to change it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They go on with what they believe is best practice. And sometimes they're confused. Sometimes they overthink reality.
Yeah. I need me
You
to
know,
stick.
a doctor told me on just a regular physical checkup, he told me that I needed surgery, that I needed a hysterectomy. And I was in my late 20s. And I believed him. And then my doctor, I could not get in touch with, my gynecologist. I went back to him and he was horrified.
Yeah.
Horrified. He said there was absolutely nothing. And that physician is known for this. And he still got a license.
Yeah. I did check the British Medical Association guidelines, and I checked the latest legal medical law journals, and to find out what they said about the relevance of notes. And I noted what their take was, and it was one of, you can't really say that another physician might have a different opinion, so the notes have to kind of in some way evolve or something like this. And that gave me peace when I realized
And that's right on. Just just live your life when you go to doctors. Just notice that best advice.
Yeah, I need me to stick to my legal guidelines.
Yeah, which is your moral guidelines. Those are the legal ones, the ones that you can have a good life with.
Yeah.
And sometimes we don't even know what they are, and that's what worksheets are for. To be happy, I need me to stick to my moral guidelines and protocols and not deviate from them. And to not act like they didn't, like they don't break them. People do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Katie, when you said earlier about I need people to trust me or trust what I'm saying is something that runs deep in taking care of others, then there's a part of that which is keeping me victim
Yes,
because
look at you with that doctor and that trainee.
they become abusers because I have that thought.
Yeah, yeah. Abusers in your head.
Yeah, and I try and take care of things to put out fires rather than to
That aren't,
actually.
they're not even your fire. They're,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's yeah.
you're the moral guidelines there for me is you went there to for a specific reason.
Yeah.
And then you took on the GP's assistant as trainees. I mean, as trainers.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't.
You
I,
went, no,
I
you crossed your legal guideline, your moral guideline. You step in as doctor's helper. And that's not what you went there for.
no,
This is a big one.
because there was what I actually had asked for was about what happens if you want to change notes, and I was very clear about it. It was a question, and I thought it might be a bit charged. So I just remember being. It's not confrontational. I just asked it, but in a kind of, I'm interested to learn about what my options are. And she'd muffled over something. You have to see two people, two more, but I can take care of it. And I just trusted her. And I found out the two people you see are other GPs within that practice. So it wasn't even a difficulty to see the right person who's called a CalCert guardian who will talk to someone if they have an issue over something like notes. She just overrode it. I wasn't given that outline.
Yeah,
And then when
that's what they do sometimes.
yeah,
Especially when they're overloaded, she's there with you and she's training someone else, and there are people behind whose appointments were 30 minutes ago and they're waiting and they have lives and the dun.
So I was taking care of that instead of just staying within the legal guidelines of what I came for, and it wasn't responded to. So I could have just said thank you and just left it because I couldn't get that resolution.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah,
would have
you left. Yeah, you left your moral guidelines, your personal moral guidelines.
This is the truth. It's 100 the truth.
And look at the pattern in your life. When you consider that, look back at your life. Look at that pattern.
It's there in every single way. It's how I disappear. It's how I cover up that I disappear.
So be with it. I mean, there goes your life. You disappear.
And it's the part of me that can stand on its own, and doesn't need anything.
No, you don't need to break your moral code.
Yeah,
like your moral code is to take care of us when we are perfectly okay the way we are. Meaning, this is our path.
Yeah.
And we don't ask you for help or your opinion.
So when something was not right, instead of trusting me, I disappeared and took care of it instead.
Yep.
I'm an idiot for doing that.
No, you're not, honey. You're just a loving, caring human being that doesn't understand that the one you need to save is you.
I didn't get it. I didn't see it.
Well, you didn't see it, honey, because that's Earth School. You're beginning to see it now.
I didn't see it.
I'm going to use a word I so rarely use. It's
And I couldn't save anyone else, so that's why I
no,
wanted to kill me. God.
no. Just imagine this. We're doing freaking fine without you. In those situations where you're sacrificing yourself. Give you what you give us. Stay home. Witness. We're moving through our life. We've got our path.
I did that.
God, you're there for everyone but you. And that's such an example of how you cheat you and break your moral guidelines and protocols.
Yes. I feel like such an idiot.
No, you're a kind, loving, caring being. And it's time that you give some of that to you when other people are in trouble. And then if we need your help, we'll ask. And sometimes the greatest gift we can give is to be silent and listen and understand. They had it in hand, for better or for worse.
And I can do that. That's natural. The other ways was so exhausting.
No. But anytime you notice that tendency, come home.
Yeah.
Homecoming, 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 homecoming.
It's what I write about. Everything I write about is that. Unbelievable.
And notice in that situation, did you override her? Come up with ideas she may have missed or suggestions in oh so subtle a way.
Yeah. And there's a part of me that enjoyed that I knew a bit more almost than she knew.
You think?
Or exactly. I acted as though it was
Your
enjoyable.
job.
Yeah.
Acted as though it was your job. So you became the physician, not the client. And you came to see the physician.
Yeah. As soon as I thought something's wrong, something's not right, I just thought, oh God, do something about that.
Notice how common that is in your life.
It's the cement. It's what's kept me feeling like I was kept together. I disappeared and did that instead.
Yes, you didn't trust her and you believed your thoughts. And number one, that's what you fear, that I won't be trusted or believed.
Yeah. Yeah. That is right.
Yeah. So,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
oh, honey,
Oh, my God. Katie. Yeah. Yeah. And I won't be trusted or believed. And then the care comes in and I absolutely have to disappear. I go my own moral guidelines, the bit that's just there.
and notice in bed how you were denying it, believing your thoughts to the point it can't even show up.
Totally true.
So self-inquiry, it does show up if your mind is open to it, and obviously your mind is open to it.
That is the heart banging.
Open to the one that needs the help.
Yeah.
Not the helper in you, but the one that needs the help when you, need people to trust you and believe you.
Yeah.
So how would you read number 4 now? To be happy, for me to be happy in that situation, I need me to
stick to my own inner guidelines, my
own legal guidelines. You were there as a patient.
Yeah.
That was the legal guidelines that she was dealing with.
That is, yes.
And the protocols of a patient.
Yes.
Not a teaching physician assisting the physician to train the trainer.
Yeah. And I was deathly afraid. I just remember feeling really afraid, and it just was autopilot. It's just this terror, and it goes straight into that kind of role. And not deviate from the rules of those legal guidelines and protocols, where I go in, I'm clear on what it is I was looking for, and the physician responded, and that would have been it.
Yeah.
Oh God, it just feels so stupid for doing that.
Well,
and it's my whole life.
Honey, it's you're looking at your whole life.
Yeah.
And it's not stupid, honey. Believing our thoughts isn't about intelligence.
Yeah.
Believing our thought is it's the ego's trip and fight for survival as object and this identity of yours we're looking at.
Yeah.
We're spell breaking. It's pain. It's off. It's not a match for your moral guidelines and protocols. And then, and to not act like they
didn't break them.
Yeah.
I need me to not act like I didn't break my own guidelines, and I didn't break the legal guidelines, which I did.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you took on the role of the doctor. Why wouldn't, or the doctor's helper, assistant, and you were the patient.
Yeah. And I did need reassurance, and I didn't get it. So I could have just said thank you and left.
Yeah, you usurped her power.
Yes. Yeah. I did. I began a fight with the psychology at that point. You know?
Yeah, and she didn't miss that.
Yeah, that is absolutely the case. Oh, God. Yeah.
Went into her notes. Those notes could be of great value to you, honey.
I didn't ask for anything to be deleted. or anything to be removed. I didn't make any noise. I
Good,
just thought,
because
leave it.
really nice to get a copy of them and look at her experience of you. She could be right.
She had just written totally fine and feedback heard, but she had said that she would write that in order to make sure I didn't say anything else. But actually, maybe that was the best solution, because then I don't have to deal with.
I'd drop the maybe.
It was the best solution because I wouldn't actually have to deal with them. It wouldn't turn into a bigger problem.
Yeah. So for me to be happy, turn it around again. For me to be happy in that situation, I need me.
I need me to stick to the legal guidelines.
Yes, you were the patient.
I was the patient, not the trainer or the usurper of the GP's authority.
Yeah.
To stick to the protocols of that relationship, patient-GP relationship, not deviate from those rules. And I need me to not act like I didn't break them. I broke them, and by engaging in that psychology,
so just be in it.
She would have picked up that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
As though her job isn't hard enough.
Yeah.
And even if she just really appreciated you, this doesn't work for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, kitty.
Her name is Hestia.
Kitty has no problem. She trusts you. She believes in you. And you trust her and believe in her no matter what.
Yeah.
So you do have you don't teach her. You can't. She's independent.
Mm-hmm. It works. The relationship works for this reason.
Yeah, because she's immovable.
Yeah. And this is my preference. That in Dance with the Immovable is home.
And think of that position as a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her job. What that cat does when you interfere.
Yeah.
Do. Okay, sweetie, let's look at 5.
That's a goodie. I think they are. I think they are corrupt, and I think she is evil.
Okay, and in that situation, my thinking was
corrupt, and my thoughts were of evil.
Yeah. Evil is anything. Evil for me is anything that corrupts my legal, moral, personal, legal, moral guidelines and protocols. It breaks the law. If I try to fix you when you don't need fixing, I'm breaking my guidelines and protocols. If I'm completely broken and you try to correct me or you watch out. You're doing it as a kindness, and that's not my experience.
Yeah.
In that situation.
And to look at.
They are corrupt and she's evil. My thinking is
Corrupt, and my thinking is evil.
in that situation.
If I'm thinking I need them to trust me or trust what I'm saying, and I check out, I disappear, and then try and sort everything else out myself, then it turns into almost a game where it's like a little fight. And that's
why might someone, when listening to that report could be her notes could really support you to look at yourself in that situation. Is she right? And to look at it doesn't mean she is. But oh my, I see those that kind of feedback is so valuable on the other side of a worksheet when I've really worked it.
It's only whatever she said in person, because what she's written on the notes is not what she said in person. So what she had said was, if she doesn't write that everything is okay, then she can say everything is not okay with me. And because of the background that was already written prior. So I did reflect on that. And there is this place where if I'm wanting to be right and her to have written down falsehood, I'm engaging with something like it's a tussle. And so
you're engaging with it because that's her opinion, like it or not. That's how she saw you. That's valuable.
Yes, I'm contemplating
it. For you to know how she sees you in that situation.
Yeah.
It could be that you, even if it's just the slightest little hint of what she wrote down, in my world, I own it.
Yeah.
Because people can hear what I say and grab onto one little thing. Well, I didn't say that. I didn't mean that. I don't. That's theirs. Did I do my best? Yes. But I'm here by invitation. When no one shows up, I'm no longer invited. People don't trust what I say or believe it, and they can see me as corrupt or evil. It's life. And I sing my song because I trust it. And if I didn't, this work has shown me to go mute, which I have done. To go out in the desert and not know where I am or the way back or where I've come from, just alone in those vast miles of nothing. There is something. There's what I'm thinking and believing with no one around. And the cactus don't mind. The snake just moved in front, didn't care. The sun and the moon. I invited the sun to kill me one day and didn't get out of the sun. Just to connect with the sun and its power. Just to see if it would kill me. And for no reason at all. It was done. And I could have sat out there till it killed me. I mean, knowing me. And it was done. So here I am, it seems. That's not a great example, but I tested everything that there was to test in my experience.
Yeah.
And that's what this is, Aaron. That's the deal.
When
and good on you, and you move forward. And if it comes up again, you've got unfinished business. And when you look at what you said there, what you did, how you were there, not the patient, but the helper, and that was not your job.
Yeah.
That was her job, and you took it over.
And in the context
added to it.
Yeah. Also, she would have been, to your point, if she was to say there was something wrong, she could say that. If I had come from her listening to someone say that I was crying in a consultation about something and then mentioned an old situation and it was slightly taken out of context, then it would have looked a little bit strange if I suddenly walk in and the first time she meets me, I'm totally fine. And that is no issue. So to her mind, it would have been crazy.
Boy, honey, that's a good one.
Because if she goes, well, I'll write everything's okay because you're okay, but I could say the opposite. Well, she could, because it would make sense. What she heard from one person says a different story when she actually met me. So it would have looked a bit insane. I can understand it, but I am okay is reality.
I think you're onto something.
Okay.
They're corrupt and evil turned around.
My thoughts are corrupt, and I think, and my thoughts are evil.
Yeah, and evil for me is a word of my mind is off.
Yeah.
I'm living out of an unquestioned mind in the moment.
There's no space.
That's as evil as it gets.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking and believing about the world, if I don't love it, my thoughts about the world, then there's a corrupt system running. The ego's got me. And just like you, it belongs on paper.
Yeah.
And on the other side of our time together, I love that you sit in this again from her point of view as you question your mind and what you were thinking and believing then.
Okay.
And this worksheet, you've covered it well. I would just work it again.
Okay.
Yeah, work it again. You discover things because your mind's more open to it than it was when we began. Than it was in bed in that situation.
It got to suicidal thoughts. It got so extreme, like no space. Yeah,
suicidal thoughts are, they're the effect of an unquestioned mind.
Yeah. I was doing worksheets, Katie, but having you help me with this is, I can't really put words to it.
Well, I'm like a placeholder. I'm holding you in place in the question.
Yeah.
Supporting you to anchor in the questions and turnarounds and giving you space.
Yeah.
To look at yourself through this microscope you were looking at her with. This ego being the one looking. Okay, sweetie. Gosh, thank you, Aaron, for your courage.
Thank you, Katie. Should we do number 6 and finish this one off?
Yes, please.
I never want to go through this level of shock and suicidal thoughts as if I have no way out again. And the turnaround would be, I'm willing to go through this level of shock and suicidal thoughts as if I have no way out again. And I look forward to going through this level of shock and suicidal thoughts as if I have no way out again. Yeah.
Yeah. If there are 5 people, 50 people, 500 people, 5,000 people on sitting and our time together, it's your thoughts are our thoughts. You're not alone. You're just not alone. Helping in situations where we're not invited to.
Mhm.
And that's just, the tip of the iceberg, honey. And I love that you have the most amazing life testing it. That you go on with your beautiful world, your beautiful functioning world, and let us give you the next worksheet. And to continue to test reality against what you're thinking and believing through
Yeah.
these worksheets.
That one was dug in so deep. Thank you very
It's
much, Katie.
affecting your heart, your
Yeah,
and when that's affected, that kind of pressure, it's like, what are you, not personal to you, but for all of us, what are we thinking and believing?
yeah.
Oh my goodness. I look at my poor father. Oh my God, he was tormented. He wouldn't say that. He was just believing the way the world was what he believed it to be. And it was not good. It was not good. And I think of him and it says, oh, honey, what it did to him physically, that state of mind, just the deterioration, so young, in his 50s, and death
Mm.
in his early 60s. Crazy.
So the ego had just latched onto one part and made it out to be everything when it wasn't everything.
And that is so. That's exactly describes my father. And the separation from the family, believing his thoughts that that XYZ are corrupt system, as we're using that term, out of his corrupt system.
Mhm.
We're just all living our lives, and by some grace, I saw how to hack that system. That system that didn't even need hacking. It was in plain sight. Plain sight. So this work wakes us up to what's in plain sight, and the way we see it is can be so corrupt. So I can honestly say, in a world that's not corrupted. I look at what we see as corrupt human beings that are like basically ruling the world. And if I believed what they believed, I'd have to do the same. So what are we guilty of in Earth School? Believing our thoughts.
Yes.
And what is our freedom? The world improves to our minds every time we do the work. Thank you, Warren. Let's get some feedback. Honey, you are one courageous human being. That's so intimate. Jane.
Hi, before I comment on beautiful, brave Aaron, Katie, your 90-year-old doctor, I'm thinking he's old school, like before lidocaine, before anesthesia.
Yeah.
So sweet and funny. Aaron, my goodness, what to say, how brave and beautiful you are, makes me cry. Yeah. And I find with things that beliefs and identities that really have a hold on me for a long time. Sometimes staying in the question of who would I be without that if I can stay there, these are my words, it can kind of go to the belly of the beast. And I saw that when you got there, you would say things like, I'm so stupid. And I don't know you very well, but you're not stupid. So I just saw you kind of moving out of the quiet, but the last thing I would ever think about you is you're stupid. And I think you're brave and beautiful, and thank you.
Yeah, far from stupid. We can certainly, the ego can certainly throw a belief into us at any given moment in Earth School, but that is the purpose of Earth School. Thank you, Jane. Oh my, Diana.
Thank you, Katie.
Mm.
My takeaway was in number 2, I want me to get out of bed and find a solution. Yeah, I think that's a good one. And I wanted to ask you, because I've had similar situations with doctors and disease or not. And it's like, how can I balance this? I know that I'm having anxiety and thinking, oh, I have something else. There's something wrong with me. And then I notice that I'm reactive to the doctor, and then I do the work on that. And how can I balance like noticing and taking care that this is my work and my anxiety, and at the same time going out and finding a solution, like finding a new doctor, asking the right questions, you know, like you mentioned with Arhan, maybe ask for the documents. And when I know in my case that sometimes a lot of those solutions will still have a level of anxiety with them.
Yeah, we don't trust them. If we believe it onto one, we really don't trust the next one, and or we do, and it doesn't turn out well.
Okay.
Yeah, but still, one way or the other, what am I thinking and believing? And then I find this doctor that, oh my gosh, he's so good. He's so darn good, but he retired. Or I find this doctor, and oh God, she is so amazing, and she moves away. Or you know, Earth School. Earth School. Earth School. Yeah. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my goodness. Oh, you know, I love how I trust everyone. And the worst that can happen is what I'm thinking and believing. There I am in that doctor's office, and I can walk. What would keep me there? That's on me, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It could be the best experience. Who knows? But I can walk. As long as I can walk. Maybe if I can't walk, I can crawl. Yeah. Thank you, Diana.
Yeah. Thank you, Katie.
So thank you all. Thank you all for checking in today and sitting in self-inquiry. And those of you new to the work, Loving What Is, the revised edition is out. And Arn, honey, thank you today for your courage and sharing with us something beautiful, a way out of suffering, and how to how to judge our doctors and write it down and ask more questions and turn it around. By the way, everyone, if you enjoyed this podcast, please give us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. It really matters, and thank you for that. I love that you join me every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 9 to 10 a.m. Pacific time. At homewithbk.com, let's do the work.